Here we are surrounded by a beautiful arboretum of trees, many of which were planted many years ago by selfless people to provide benefits that we're now enjoying today. But can you imagine your community or your street or your yard without any trees at all? Just imagine that, not one tree. Well, it would be hotter, it would be drier, it would be windier, it would be dustier, and your utility bills would be a lot more expensive without trees. So they really provide us an enormous amount of benefits, and we can be thankful to those that planted those trees many years ago. These trees are really an important part of our infrastructure in our cities, just as important as roads and sidewalks and sewers and other parts of hard infrastructure. They're part of the infrastructure of our communities. Unfortunately, we're experiencing a serious loss of our trees. The Nebraska Forest Service over the last 30 years has conducted a number of inventories, hundreds of inventories of communities around the state. And we found that over the last 30 years, we've lost in some communities over half of our trees in our communities. Well, that means we're experiencing half of the benefits from those trees in those communities. This is a serious problem, and we really need to do something about it. We're the Arbor Day state, we're the tree planter state, and we really need to rise up to that challenge of planting trees across our state and maintaining those trees and community forests across our state. You know, our world is changing. Our climate may be changing. Certainly carbon dioxide rates are increasing in our atmosphere, and trees can really play a role in addressing that problem. They sequester or they absorb carbon, and they keep it for long periods of time. They can be planted to shade your homes or your businesses or your institutional buildings to reduce cooling costs in the summertime, and thus reduce the amount of fossil fuels that we use to cool those buildings. So it's a twofold way that trees benefit these changing times that we're living in. So to address some of these problems of the declining numbers, the vanishing numbers of trees that we have across our communities, we formed about a year ago ReTree Nebraska, which is a statewide effort to energize the grassroots, or some say the tree roots, to plant trees and to properly care for those trees in our communities. The goal is to plant 1 million trees in our cities and towns across Nebraska, and it's really driven by you. It's driven by people that are excited about planting trees, that want to plant trees, that understand the benefits. And that means everybody. That means gardeners and master gardeners. It means homeowners and landowners. It means business people, park superintendents, school superintendents. We all have to get involved to plant trees to meet this million tree goal. So the next time you're looking through a garden catalog or online looking at garden sites or at a nursery, you know, a tree or garden center, plant a tree or purchase a tree and then plant that tree. And if you don't have any more place in your yard for planting trees like mine, then maybe contribute some resources or some dollars to other community tree planting efforts to make that goal. Remember that planting a tree is leaving a legacy for a long period of time that crosses over many generations. It's an important thing to do, and I think we can do it as a state.